Hello and welcome to this assembly video of the 10C18 hydraulic fluid section. To perform this assembly, we will be using the service kit number 144855799 with the PFA material piston cup. For more abrasive materials, we also have the polyacetal version 144850157 and the polyurethane version 144855704 for waterborne materials. We will also be installing the GT cartridge 144030157 along with the following tools and greases: a table vise, a vise grip, a 10mm socket and wrench, a medium-size adjustable wrench, a flat braid screwdriver, along with a 10, 13, and 14mm combination wrench. The 560-420-005 anti-seize grease will be needed along with our green Teflon grease 560-440-001. Just as a note, we will be using the 26 by 125 thread foot valve for this rebuild, but there is also a 1/2 inch threaded foot valve that is available for the 10C18. We'll begin by connecting the piston rod to the air motor using the access pin, and once that is inserted, we will take the connecting pin and slide that through the access pin, securing the piston to the air motor. Then we will take the insertion plastic tool, put some grease on it, slide it over the threads to protect the cartridge during installation, slide the protective cover between the 3 tie rods, and then we take the cartridge and apply grease to the inner seals and the outer seal, and then we put a little bit of grease on the flange portion. You flip the flange upside down, take the cartridge using your thumbs, push it till it snaps in. Then you take the retaining ring, slide that to the side using the flat blade screwdriver. You pry that on, make sure it's secure, and now it's connected to the lower flange. Take the fitting, making sure it's aligned to the left of the air motor, and slide it over the piston and onto the 3 tie rods. Then you take your 3 tie rod nuts, secure them down with a 10mm socket and wrench to secure the flange. Then, with the bracket mounted in a vise, you can move the motor and insert it into the bracket, and then take the 2 remaining nuts and secure them to the mounting studs connecting the bracket to the pump. Next, you'll use some 577 Loctite on the piston threads and a little bit on the valve seat. Then you'll take the valve holder, tighten it onto the piston threads, and once it's hand tight, you'll take a 10mm combination wrench and snug it up. You'll take your U-cup seal, put some grease on the inside and out, and you'll get your ball. Be careful not to drop it. You'll place it on the valve seat, and then take the valve seat and screw that into the bottom of the valve holder till it's hand tight. Then you'll take your 13 millimeter and 10 millimeter combination wrenches and tighten the seat to the holder. Next, you'll take your two cylinder O-rings. There's two different sizes, a smaller one and a larger one. The smaller one faces down to the suction valve, the larger to the flange. You'll take some grease and grease the threads and a little bit on the inside of the cylinder. Put a little bit of anti-seize on there and then slide it over and hand tighten it into the flange. And you can take the adjustable wrench and snug it down. Take the suction valve, place the ball onto the seat. Then you take your cage, the plastic cage, and you slide it over the ball. Once it's on there, and you can tighten the suction valve to the cylinder. Once it's snug, use the wrench to tighten it down. Wipe off the excess grease and anti-seize. Now we're going to install the regulators and gauges back on. You're going to use some 577 on the fitting. Do the atomization gauge first. You spin it on. Once it starts to get a little tight, you use the 14 millimeter combination wrench to align and tighten it. You don't have to go too tight. You just want to make sure that it's secure and facing correctly. You'll do the same with the pump air regulators using the 577. You'll spin that on and again use the 14 millimeter combination wrench to secure and align correctly. Then you take your air connection tube, run it back across and connect it to the inlet fitting. Lastly is connecting the ground wire cable. You'll take the bolt, put it through the eyelet, hand tighten it down. Once it's snug, take the 10 millimeter socket and wrench and secure it down tightly. And thanks for watching. This concludes the 10C18 fluid section assembly.